having a meal, they just rest there because they get all this moisture from what they have eaten. But what is doing me now is that what is showing me now is that there was not enough moisture from the meat he was eating earlier. Now this is amazing. I'm so very much happy because it's the first time Hosana with me after a kill showing some activities like today. I have been on several.
Hosana is right now at the waterhole trying to have something to drink. This is showing me that the meat Hosana was eating earlier, it was not having quite a lot of blood. Because normally after having a meal, they just rest there because they get all this moisture from what they have eaten. But what is showing me now is that there was not enough moisture from the meat he was eating earlier. This is amazing. I'm so very much happy because it's the first time Hosana with me after a kill showing some activities like today. I have been on several sightings with Hosana before, but he was not very active during this time of the day. He is much more active during the sunset and in the morning. During the day, he prefers to just rest. It seems like there is another leopard approaching. Oh, here comes Thandi. We are very lucky. Here comes the second leopard. This is getting interesting. Look at Thandi coming. And she's coming straight to the dam. This is quite an interesting day. So you can see that earlier on when I started, the monkeys were complaining about something. So there is quite a lot of predators in the area here. Until now, I'm not too sure what those monkeys were complaining about. But now, here comes Thandi, unexpectedly. But Thandi has been spotted in the area this morning. And I thought she's gone by now. She proved me wrong. Because she did also have some shares on that kill we saw Hosana having earlier on. Maybe is the one who ate most of the meat with a lot of blood. Look at that. So I'm not too sure if Thandi has got Tlalamba. Oh, Tlalamba is coming. Here comes Tlalamba at the back. This is getting interesting now. I saw the movement. She was looking at Tlalamba. Tlalamba is also coming. We are going to have 3 leopards in one sighting here. A very, very good afternoon and welcome to the unscheduled broadcast. I am Sydney and I have got a very lovely sighting here now. I can see Thandi is approaching the dam, and at the dam already I have got Hosana. Behind Thandi is Tlalamba. This is interesting. So now we are going to see a group of leopards together. We are going to see what is called a leap. So Tlalamba might be moving very slow. Thandi might be going to see if there is some other food remaining up in that tree. But she's very late now. Everything is finished by now. Right there where Thandi is going is where there was a kill. Narosine, this is indeed a lovely sighting and is something I was not expecting. I am so very much happy at the moment.
Let's drive forward about 10 meters to here and you can see something.
So I'm just going to reverse a little bit so that we can have a better visual of Thandi approaching the tree, just to see what is Thandi's intentions at the moment. I can't still see where Tlalamba is. I saw her coming down there, but now I can see now Thandi is climbing up the tree. Is going right there to try and investigate if there is still food left by. You can see there, it's climbing up. It's going right to those branches. And there's nothing left there. So I'm sure she's not gonna... Kaylee, that is true. It is amazing and it is very scary. I just want to see what is going to happen when all these three meets. I can see that Tlalamba is still hiding somewhere, but Thandi is already up in that tree. And I'm sure she's not going to spend much time because there's nothing left there. Hosana ate everything. So I can see now Hosana is right looking at Thandi. There is Thandi coming down. Maybe she will come down this side. She just got down very quickly from that tree. There's she coming down. Yeah, she's already on the ground somewhere there. Judy, indeed, these are very much beautiful creatures. I just can't wait for Thandi to come towards my direction here together with Tlalamba and see what's going to happen when they meet the Hosana, the little chief, here with me. So it seems like Thandi went down towards the drainage line or the old dry riverbed. Some of the animals are complaining as well where I am. The impalas, I'm not sure if impalas are complaining because they saw Hosana with me here or they are complaining about Thandi on the other side. But at this stage, there's quite a lot of calls, warning calls, alarm calls. You can see the impalas are not settled. They are right there and their whole concentration is looking at that side where Thandi is. I'm sure they are not seeing Hosana here with me. I just decided to be quiet a little bit so that you can hear that kind of an alarm call. So those two impalas are against the presence of Thandi, not knowing that Hosana is already at the dam. Sinek, I am not too sure if Hosana can be able to take over that kind of a huge responsibility. Tlalamba is still very young and Hosana challenging any of the leopards before in the game reserve since I have arrived. Maybe he might try and take that chance. It has been a very interesting actions. 3 leopards not very far away from each other at a distance of about 250 meters or less. So now I am going to be very thankful for all your questions and all your participation. I will be going back live again and carry on with the normal game drive. Welcome back and welcome to the unscheduled action broadcast. I am Sydney again.
Well, we had Thandi. She just walked behind the bush here. I think she's going straight towards Hosana. This is very exciting, so we'll probably go straight back to Sydney just now. So I'm pretty sure that their guess that there were monkeys alarm calling at a second leopard earlier on was absolutely correct. It probably was Thandi lurking around here somewhere. There we go. There she is. Now, I'm assuming that young Hosana is still at the waterhole, still at the pan. And Sydney should have sight of him almost immediately now. Now, I'd love to know where Tlalamba went. This is absolutely fascinating stuff going on here. Brilliant. Okay. Well, we'll just keep going this way. You can cut back to Sydney, Megs, as soon as he's got both. Little one in the tree. And the little one's in the tree, apparently. This is unbelievable. Let's go across to Sydney. I'll see if I can get a view of Tlalamba.
Welcome back again. Here comes Thandi approaching. Welcome back again. Here comes Thandi approaching the waterhole where I have got already Hosana. I can see welcome back and welcome to the unscheduled action broadcast. I am Sydney again. I have got a very lovely sighting. Thandi decided to come and have a drink. I can see that Thandi and Hosana, they've got attention, because when Thandi was approaching earlier on, Hosana was just opening, showing off the teeth, showing that he's not happy about the presence of Thandi. So Thandi is just busy trying to have some water there. So let's just wait and see what is going to happen. But Thandi did not show any sign of aggression against Hosana. So now let's go to James. James has got Tlalamba, the cub of Thandi.
9 months old little leopard cub sitting in a tree. watching Mother approaching her uncle and wondering if this is danger, if this is normal for leopards to be in groups like this. Everything her mother's told her about being solitary appears to be, well, false, basically. So here she is, possibly in some danger from Hosana, possibly not. He is, of course, related to her, but he does seem to be an unusually social cat. And that over there is 9-month-old Tlalamba, a little leopardess, who's done very well to get to this year, or this age. Yes, Sasha, what's absolutely awesome cats, and what an unbelievable sighting to be in. To have 3 in one is spectacular. Now, all we need is for her father and Hosana's father, they share a father, of course, to pitch up. So although they are they're actually half siblings, as well as being uncle and niece. I think she might climb up a little bit further. There is some meat in this tree. A duiker met its end thanks to Hosana yesterday evening. The commotion attracted Thandi, who then had a fight with Hosana early this morning. Well, not a physical fight, but certainly a growling match. And she then went off sometime during the day to fetch her cub to bring her to eat. Now that indicates to me that she's not particularly worried about the effect that Hosana will have on the cub. Not particularly worried about whether or not Hosana is going to hurt the cub, which is really quite interesting. Leading cause of leopard cub death here is unrelated male leopards. Now, of course, Hosana is related to Tlalamba, but does he know that? Who knows? Let's just... I'm nervous to sneak forward because she is quite a little cat. So let's just wait here. I can just see her head sticking out there. Can you see that, Seb? She's just turned it back into the bushes now. There, she's coming down now. There she goes. So let's just let her kind of work things out on her own. And apparently Thandi is chuffing at the moment, so making a little sound like this. Now, whether she's doing that at Hosana or whether she's doing it at the cub, I'm not sure. So we're going to just stay still now. She's a little bit more nervy than some cubs I know of this age who have grown up near vehicles. And we've got a beautiful picture of her here. So I'm just going to stay exactly where we are while we go across back to Thandi, the mother.
Thandi is busy chaffing now, heading back to where she left Tlalamba, the cub. Not too sure if Tlalamba is on the way or is still up by the tree, but I can see that she is not settled at the moment. She already gave quite a lot of signs, and she did chaff for about 3 times already. So let's see what she's planning to do. Maybe she's planning to get Tlalamba in order to come for a drink, because when she was chaffing, she was drinking, and she was chaffing, drinking, chaffing, and then after drinking again, she started chaffing. So it means she knows that Tlalamba is also very thirsty at the moment. So I'm just going to move forward quickly and see if we can see Thandi again. She's not that very far away now. She's just in between the bushes. But she knows where Tlalamba is. She knows very well where Tlalamba is, because I could see that she was aiming up in that tree. So she's looking, listen. So she was chaffing just now. So what she's trying to do is she's calling the cub. Shelley, this is very much interesting to see 3 leopards just close by, and with a cub, the mother trying to chaff, and mother not settled with another young male in the area. This is very much interesting. I can see Thandi is worried, is calling the little one, whereas she is having a problem with Hosana at the moment. That I saw, how she approached, how they treated each other, it was not nice. I could see that these two, they have got serious issues. She is keep calling. Aaron, yes, the cub is growing very much big and is still very much young, but is getting there. You can see that the mother is so very worried, trying to call, and the little one is not responding. Look at the little one there. The little one can see and can hear very well. Maybe the little one is going to calm down now. She's replying. So you can hear that she is replying. So now, while I'm here waiting to see what is going to happen, James is on the other side. Let's see, maybe he's got a better visual from where he is.
Well, we've got the little one here, and she is responding to Thandi. She's calling. She's making a very kind of adult chuffing and, well, groaning sound, really. It's not very adult. I'm talking rubbish. It's very junior. A little bit like a monkey alarm calling. She can obviously smell the meat on this tree. Now Mum's calling again. I can hear her. Let's see if the baby does it. Look at the balance. Mum's still calling again. Oh wow. There we go. Magic. Magical stuff. I can't believe how lucky we are here. So Mum stopped calling now, and so's the little one. Going to wait and see what happens. I can obviously smell the evidence of 3 kills that have been in this tree in the recent past. Their Mum's calling again. Let's see if she calls. See if baby calls. You can obviously see. There we go. It's like a little burp. See if she comes down. There we go. No, still investigating. This is the first time, everybody, that I've seen this cub, and obviously we've known her pretty much since birth. It's the first time I've seen her explore like this and not be afraid without her mum. We have had sightings of her before on her own, but always she's just a little bit nervy without mum, and now she seems perfectly relaxed. She comes down. Now, leopard descent is seldom as elegant as its ascent. Let's see what happens there. She's just behind the other side of the tree. Just see her head sticking out there. Little nose. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. It is astounding how they communicate almost exactly like monkeys. There we go. Burp, burp. Oh my goodness, what a jump. Did you get that, Sid?
No, I don't think so, no.
Well, she's going towards Mum. I'm sure Sydney's going to have a great view of them coming together now. It's really awesome stuff. There we go. See her get a last view of her going there. And let's go across to Sydney now.
Now you can see Thandi and Tlalamba have just met now. They are all together. After a very long conversation, they were just chaffing and replying to each other. It was an amazing experience. Look now, what this mother is doing now is to show a lot of care, and that helps to maintain the relationship between the mother and the cub. Look at that. Even trying to pick up some of the ticks, you can see when the mother is trying to comb there. This is an amazing sighting. So let's see what they're thinking, these two now, because I know Tlalamba is still thirsty. These are very beautiful creatures, John. Look at what they're doing. This is interesting. Tlalamba is now heading towards that side again. So you see all of them, they've got a white tip on the tails. So those white tips is for communication. They can be able to communicate below our hearing and below the other animals' hearing. You see, the little one is also showing off that white tip. But they can close it sometimes and then you can just see it black. It seems like Thandi is excited by something. So Tlalamba already crossed to the other side of the old dry riverbed. So Tlalamba is looking back at Hosana. So she is looking back at Hosana. She's not looking at anything else. Just want to see what will be the next action plan for Thandi. So you can see that Tlalamba is already gone, disappeared on the other side. Maybe where Tlalamba is now is where, while Hosana was feeding, some of the small pieces of meat were falling on the ground. It was that direction where Tlalamba just got to now. You can see the tree is shaking there. Tlalamba is rubbing against the tree. That is not because of the wind. Tlalamba is doing something there. He got frightened.
We've got Hosana, yes, and he's just watching where his sister and niece have disappeared. And I don't know if there's any meat left. I suspect that the kill is probably finished. No, except I can see some movement in the tree now. It looks like one of them's gone back up the tree. All right, everybody, that was an unbelievable interaction of 3 leopards we had there twice. Unbelievable. We're going to carry on watching here, and if you'd like to join us, just go to YouTube, stick in Safari Live, and you'll find us here. Of course, Sydney will probably stay with the leopards. I may go looking for something else. And Steve is still out on foot, actually, and thank you for joining us. And, well, look out for another notification for when we go live on Nature's Schedule. Alrighty, let us go all the way 1,500 miles up to the Masai Mara with the great David Gitu. I just couldn't resist coming to see Hosana, mainly on account of the fact that I was utterly unable to find anything other than that steenbok to show you, and so Sydney found 3 leopards and decided to give me 1, which was very kind of him indeed. So here we are with Hosana and his nice fat belly. What a good boy. He's managed to get himself a duiker. He's quite pleased that the communication skills of duiker are so utterly poor that they, well, keep coming down to drink here where he can kill them. I'm going to wait and see if another one comes down while you go and see Sydney, Fergus, Tlalamba and Thandi.
I have got Tlalamba. Tlalamba is fascinated by a squirrel and is climbing the tree in order to get the squirrel. Let's see what is going to happen there. You can see now it's climbing high up. It's right behind that branch. So there is a squirrel right at the end of that branch. Look at the squirrel. The squirrel jumped. The squirrel saw it coming. The squirrel saw danger coming. So you can see that now Tlalamba is trying, is growing and is learning very quickly. So the animals, they can be able to learn very fast. But when they're about 18 months is when they can do everything a lot by themselves. Because that is when they can learn a lot. But that was a sign that Tlalamba is growing. Look at them. This is very much interesting. So, but what Tlalamba is doing does spoil the chances of catching a prey. So, and we will see this happening a lot. So there is a squirrel in the right in the tree. She's trying to search for that squirrel, and the squirrel is calling inside. So what we are hearing now is the squirrel in that tree. So you can see Tlalamba is trying by all means just to get a chance to get hold of that squirrel. The squirrel can see Thandi and is complaining, giving alarm calls in there. And there's no way Tlalamba and Thandi are going to open up that tree. It's one of the very hardwood trees. Sammy, that is very true. The kids are always very hungry. They always want to eat. So you can see now he gave up. He saw that he cannot be able to open that branch. There's even other birds complaining about their presence here. Look at that. This is beautiful. This is an amazing experience. You see now, Tlalamba is the one determining a direction of movement. She's the one responsible for orientation and navigation. So the mother is listening to Tlalamba now.
There, I believe Steve was practicing his driving. That's very interesting. I don't mean that in the car sense, of course. I mean it in the sense of golf. And you can see that, like many people, Hosana finds the thought of golf extremely boring. Hosana, that is because you are young and lack culture. I hope that one day you will learn to enjoy and appreciate the fine things about golf. Go ahead, Jos. I'm just on the radio. Affirmative, the animal is not going anywhere. He's still static at the pan, fast asleep. Alrighty. So what we have here, of course, is Hosana the male leopard. I've just lost my train of thought having been on the radio there. Now it is coming back to me. Right, golf. Yes, we were talking about golf, Hosana. The other thing that you will learn to enjoy, of course, is possibly classical music, depending on whether or not you are will introduced to it early enough. I find that those who are not introduced to it early enough prefer things like the Backstreet Boys, which of course are a travesty. And I hope that you will not be one of those. You do come from a royal lineage, and therefore one would expect that you will appreciate the finer things in life. Gary, no, I don't think so. I think that they are active depending on the amount of light there is and how hungry they are. And, so if hunger happens to coincide with when it's dark and there's a sort of dark moon and there's no moon, well, then, yes, they're going to be very active. If hunger coincides with a full moon, you'll probably find that they will wait for the moon to set or wait until there's a bit of darkness. But, these cats hunted in the day as well. Leopards are thought of as nocturnal, but they are often active in the middle of the day, and they will often kill in the middle of the day. This chap happens to be more sort of useful at night as a hunter because he's sitting next to a waterhole that animals come and drink at in the night, and there's nowhere for him to hide in ambush during the day. And so that's why he's been active at night hunting here. Not so, Hosana. Yes. Dam cam it was yesterday evening. The zoomies on the dam cam have been doing a fantastic job of catching far more action than the drone or the game vehicles or the all the bushwalk have been getting over the last little while. We had a running joke last week when I was spotting from the drone. We had a running joke that the dam cam had caught far more leopards than the drone had. I think the drone's ahead now, maybe just slightly. Certainly never seen a kill from the drone yet. But I think as soon as we have some lions on the reserve, then that thermal drone is going to come into its own on the hunt. Or some wild dogs, actually. Yes, almost certainly, KL. We're pretty sure that Hosana and Tlalamba have met. Certainly Herbert and Ralph have interpreted tracks that they found as Tlalamba and Hosana actually playing together. So whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. Tristan has his doubts because it's a really unlikely thing to happen. But they did interpret the tracks. I trust Herbert implicitly with his tracking. Ralph was pretty good too. So, I don't know if they actually played together, but we're almost certain that they've met. Now, what does meet mean? I mean, he certainly saw Tlalamba today. Did they have physical contact? I don't know.
It is very much interesting here. Tlalamba is now learning a lot. I have seen Tlalamba now wanting to tease a Francolin. So the mother is still around here, but Tlalamba is just going side by side, doing her own things. So you can see now it's jumping all these branches going forward. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pull forward and see if we can have a better visual. I think also Thandi is right there by now.